Okay, so this video is in response to World Class Bullshitter's first Lord of the Shills episode about Kevin Smith. So again, it's been a while since I've been on back on YouTube, so kind of my and again I'm late to the party on this, but part of my reasoning for this was I saw that video pop up and I saw a lot of stuff about like Freddie Prinze Jr. being an idiot, and so it's like, okay, well I gotta weigh in on that. So it's like, so I wanted to sit down and watch Abu Nasr's video, and again it was like, it was like I hadn't realized that Abu Nasr basically had you know had a personal stake in it, that he was actually feuding with Freddie Prinze Jr. over this thing. So it was like, and again at the end of the day, again, Sarah Michelle Gellar, if you're offended by what I said, I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a wonderful husband and a father, but I'm disappointed in your husband, to say the least. And I've never really been that big a fan of him in the first place, so sorry. You're awesome. You're great. Buffy's awesome. But whatever. It's kind of a similar thing. I've met Jason Mewes before, and he's coming to town and doing a thing here in Tampa, so I'm going to go see that. So hope he's not offended by what I'm about to say. And Kevin, if you can hear this, I hope you're not offended either. But I wanted to watch World Class Bullshitter's review video first, and I was initially gonna come in as like, oh man, why are you calling him a shill, man? Why are you calling him a shill? Is it, man? Like, my initial plan was like to basically say that, like, oh man, Kevin Smith's always been a shill. And I was watching the video and it just kind of made me sad. It just kind of made me sad, and it was like, and initially my initial thing I wanted to point out was that it's like, I basically agree with everything in the video. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like what World Class Bullshitters points out is very, very true. I think Kevin Smith is genuinely a very nice person, a very cool person. He's a comic book fan. He's a great filmmaker, whether he realizes it or not. He strongly represented the counterculture. He was one of the best people to watch while I was growing up. All the Askew Universe movies. Zack and Mira Made a Porno. Clerks 2 is like... Clerks 2 for me is one of the is personally, I feel like, one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. It's funny, but it gets me in the feels. It really does. And it's like, I mean, that friendship, everything in that, all the relationships in that movie are just perfect. The friendship that Dante and Randall go through feels like what I've been through with my friends. The romance he has for Becky, for Dante has for Becky, and them kind of finding and falling for each other is very beautiful, and I love that movie. That's hands down one of my favorite one of his films. And the whole thing. The thing is, though, now it's like pretty much everything World Class Bullshit says is correct. I'm not feeling his new films. I kind of enjoy them ironically, but I mean, I can't. And I feel like, unfortunately, I feel like Kevin is the type of person that has a hard time taking criticism. At least he seems to get offended by it. He seems to feel like the people that criticize him are attacking him. I feel like, unfortunately, the more recent films that have come out are objectively just not good. However, I also don't feel that they're completely terrible. I feel like there's some value in them. But maybe that's just because I'm a fan. Maybe that's just because I really, I'm inclined to like them. But I mean, there's two of them. I haven't finished Red State. I started watching Red State. I enjoyed Red State. I haven't actually finished Red State. I think I was watching it while I was doing something else a little bit, and then I had to go somewhere, so I didn't get to the ending. But I liked Red State. I thought Red State it was actually a very effective horror film, and it reminded me a lot of Green Room. So I like Red State. There's another one he did that I'm forgetting, which looks interesting, and I don't know where this happened. I don't know why he got on this weird horror kick. But okay, fine. He wants to try something different. Okay. But I did see Tusks, and I did see Yoga Hosers. Tusk is a film that I saw while I was at Damneck, and I didn't know how to feel about it. I mean, it was like, my general feeling was this is a bad film, but at the same time, it was like, I mean, I get it. I get what he's doing. It's like, and look, listen, one of my favorite movies of all time is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I love the Puppet Master movies. Bad films are not necessarily a bad thing to me. It's like, I love B movies. I get so irate about like The Last Jedi because I feel like a truly bad film is one that pisses you off. So when I say Tusk and Yoga Hosers are not good films, I'm just first of all I'm just giving constructive criticism. It's like they're not very good. I'm sorry, they're not. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't think they have value. I feel like they're great. They're kind of in the so bad it's good category. Tusk in particular, I get what he's trying to do. I get it's like it's a joke on the human centipede. But by doing a joke on the human centipede, I feel like Tusk is legitimately disturbing. And in my problem with Tusk is I don't know how to feel about Tusk. It's like on the one minute it's this dumb comedy, and the next minute it's like I'm watching a guy get horribly tortured and mutilated and shaped into a walrus, and it's like, okay, I know it's a joke, he's a walrus. It's like he's physically getting his legs chopped off, and what's actually happening there is profoundly fucked up. It reminds me of like the Fish Boy from House of a Thousand Corpses, the Rob Zombie film, where it's like, okay, think about what like that scene, or what makes like say what you will about the Rob Zombie films. I feel like some of them are effective, but like and House of a Thousand Corpses is one I genuinely enjoyed. And I think one thing that's effective about like that scene in particular is you watch that guy die, and the next time you see him, he's been turned into the Fish Boy. It's like he's been murdered and brutally just like cut and shaped into another creature and like sewn together with like a fish or set up in such a way that now he was once a person and now he's a piece of furniture. Now he's a sideshow. He's the Fish Boy. He's a side. They took a person and turned them into an object. It's like the the furniture made out of human bones in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses is very heavily influenced by Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If it's an apparent, that should be a no-brainer. That's disturbing. That's legitimately disturbing. And what's happening in Tusk is legitimately disturbing. This person is literally being mutilated and shaped into something else, but he's still alive. It's genuinely unsettling. And then you do that. You show me this. You show this person horribly get turned into this thing, and then you jump back to like that the wacky the bad guy talking to Johnny Depp's character and acting all goofy and silly, and it's like I don't know how to feel, Kevin. I don't know how to feel, and it's like that's the thing. My problem with Tusk is it's like too many feelings, too many feelings. And if I could say something nice, it's a unique experience. Whatever. Your boy George is making movies right now that specifically people aren't gonna like. Look, don't stop me don't stop making films because I'm criticizing it. It's just but if people say it's not good, don't get too upset. That's all I'm saying. And there's Yoga Hosers. Yoga Hosers is worse. I personally feel. It's dumber, and there's a lot of really cringeworthy moments. I mean, for my money, the worst scene is the rap at the beginning is just really bad. But I mean, it's kind of I enjoyed it in how stupid it was and how ridiculous it was. So I mean, it was like these two girls running around fighting Nazi sausages. I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever. My boy Josh couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand. I think that was my birthday present. I was up there in Virginia, and it was I made him watch Yoga Hosers and he made me watch Suicide Squad because we're terrible friends. We had a lot of booze at the time too, so it worked out in the end. But it was and again, I see value in that. I like that. Okay, first of all, it is blatant nepotism, the fact that your daughter's in the movie and stars in the movie. But at the same time, it's your daughter. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate making a movie for your daughter and making one for Johnny Depp's daughter, and I kind of I see value in that. Again, it's not exactly it's not a good movie, but it's it's an enjoyable B movie for what it is if you got the stomach for it. I can't necessarily recommend it for anyone other than myself, but it's like I enjoy it for what it is, but at the same time it's like it's kind of dumb. So I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's like in terms of quality, he's not doing stuff that is as good as he previously did, and that's kind of upsetting. But whatever, you're making the movies you want to make. That's your business, and and again, you know, as a fan, I followed you. I followed you there, and I still haven't watched. I liked Red State, what I saw, and there was the other one. I forgot what it was called. I'm gonna watch it, and I'll give it a shot. Um, but I mean, that's the thing. It's like one thing I did notice is that I don't like Kevin Smith's YouTube page at all, and it's like, and everything World Class Bullshitter said is true. It's like, yeah, the guy is like a flat out shill for DC, he's a shill for Star Wars. And what kind of inspired me to write a video and kind of make a response to this video is I feel like, and again, Kevin, I don't mean any offense by this if you see this, but it's like, I feel like Kevin's always been kind of a shill for these things. Kevin has always been a fanboy. And it feels like Kevin has, you know, Kevin loves Star Wars no matter what. It doesn't matter if Star Wars hurts him. It doesn't matter if Star Wars doesn't is not good right now. I remember one thing that I found was one of my favorite things is actually, again, like talking about those older DVDs and those kind of Kevin being real and doing real documentaries about how he feels about stuff. I'll never forget the Clerks 2 documentary and what Scott Mosier said about the prequels, and it's like, you know, I thought was very, very true, and one could argue is still relevant. It's still relevant in terms of how people react in fandom. It's like, you know, people get so excited. People got so excited about Episode 1. People got so excited about the Phantom Menace. You know, it's like, you know, they put on their fucking Star Wars outfits and start, you know, dressing up like stormtroopers and playing lightsabers, and they go in to see the movie, and then, you know, and they're all so fucking excited about it, and then they go see the movie, and then they do nothing but bitch about what it is, and it's like, and it's true. I can see that perspective, and it's like, and that was my thing about like the Force Awakens. Actually, was the same thing happened. It was like everybody like when a new Star Wars film, at least until recently, when a new Star Wars film gets announced, it's like it just history repeats itself. People lose their fucking shit, and like, and we go to free Star Wars celebrations and do this whole thing, and then the movie comes out and it sucks, or the movie comes out and it's not, you know, there's something about it that people don't like, and they complain about it. And it was like, and with the Force Awakens, I probably would have been in more of like Kevin's camp on that. It's like, here we go again. Last Jedi, no. It's like, you know, and I now I understand and appreciate what people didn't like about Force Awakens and Rogue One, regardless of the fact that I do enjoy those films, regardless of the fact that they don't fit in well with continuity. They don't fit alongside canon terribly well. True canon, expanded universe canon. I refuse to call it Legends. But beyond that, it was like, yeah, I just noticed it was like he couldn't. I cannot watch his YouTube channel. And again, Kevin, I love you, man. You seem like a great guy. I've loved your videos previously. I think you're awesome. I met a bunch of your people. I met at Pensacon. I met Jason Mewes. I met Brian O'Halloran. And, I met Michael Rooker. I met a lot of the Skewniverse alumni. And you guys seem like awesome people, and I think I've heard nothing but good things about you. So I want to reaffirm what Wolf Class Bullshitter said. Is basically, it's like, dude, I'm glad you lost the weight. I actually only recently heard about the heart attack. And I was like, what? And I heard that, like, man, you were actually dead on the table there for a minute. And I was like, holy shit. And I mean, dude, I love you, man. I love you. And it's World Class Bullshitters. What he said, man, made me feel really sad. It's like, unfortunately, though, it does feel like you're kind of a shill now. I mean, you do nothing but praise the DC movies. You unabashedly praise The Last Jedi. And it really doesn't feel like it's for the right reasons. It doesn't feel like you're being honest anymore. It doesn't feel like we can trust you anymore. It feels like you're not really giving us your honest opinion because you're in their pocket. They're paying you. And so of course you're going to praise it. Of course you're going to say it's the greatest thing ever. And it's like, and it's just, we see through that, man. And we want you to be real again. We want you to I want your honest opinion. And yeah, and if you were to respond to this, and it was if you were, I mean, you know, if you were to call me out and call me a motherfucker, I hope you wouldn't. But if you did, you know, and you were saying, no, that's my real opinion, man. Okay, it's your real opinion. It's like, oh, we agree to disagree. But it just doesn't feel right. And it's like, and it's like one of my big thing, like even before like this video came out and I started thinking about this, it's like I just thought to myself, it's like I love you, man. I don't care for your YouTube channel that much. I really, I mean, because it's like, you don't know. Kevin Smith does not know how to review anything. He like, it's like, I think the Nostalgia Critic can review better than you can, and it's like, and the nostalgia critic basically ruins the entire movie for the sake of telling a joke. You know, and it's like, and really, he only gives his actual review at the very end when he's done with the episode. Kevin Smith, and it's like, and again, and that's and kind of my initial thought process in making a video like this was, again, well, Kevin's always been like this, and again, I feel like Kevin has always been like this, and Kevin's always been a fanboy. He's always been devoted, for better or for worse, unfortunately. But as a result, whatever the case, it doesn't appear that Kevin can look at things with a critical eye. It doesn't, and as a result, I mean, again, it doesn't seem like he doesn't seem to be able to take criticism of his movies terribly well. And at the same time, he's it's what I observed about his. I tried watching his YouTube channel. I tried to up his YouTube channel for a little bit, and what I noticed about the YouTube channel is it's like when he reviews The Last Jedi or Justice League or something like that, he just he doesn't shut up. And we've always known this. If you're a longtime Kevin Smith fan, you know this about Kevin. Kevin loves to talk. I'm not condemning, and again, I'm not condemning him for that. I am a person that can't shut up either. But it's like Kevin really loves to talk, and Kevin just go. And so when Kevin's reviewing style is Kevin, oh man, let's talk about The Last Jedi, man. Let's talk about Justice League, man. And he just tells you about every single fucking thing that happens in the entire movie. And it's longer than the damn movie because he talks about every single fucking thing that happens in the damn movie. Every single thing. Like not leaving anything to a mystery, and then he says he likes it. And that's a worthless review. That has no value. We can't do anything with that. It's obviously not objective. It's obviously not. Look, I liked Deadpool 2, but I had problems with it. I had fucking problems with Deadpool 2. Left me like in the third act, like, can we go back to Juggernaut punching Colossus in the face? That was really cool. Can we go back to no? And then I got to deal with this annoying fat kid with fire powers I don't care about. You know, I mean, there's look. I like the movie. It has problems. I ain't gonna fucking bullshit you. And that's the thing. It doesn't feel like he's being honest. But at the same time, even if he is being honest, that's not reviewing. That's terrible. He's basically just telling you everything that happens in the movie. That's it. He's not reviewing it. A review is you give a brief synopsis and then you talk about what you thought about it. And if you do a spoilery review, or if you do a review with spoilers, then you go into details about certain things that you talked about. And you can talk about everything in the movie, but you're talking about, like, you know, you're not supposed, like, a review that doesn't have spoilers in it. So the type that critics do is you just like, okay, this is the premise of the movie. This is what I thought without giving too much away. Unless you're an asshole like me who cannot talk about a movie unless I spoil the whole goddamn thing for you because I'm a fucking jackass. And I'm sorry. But it's not very good. It's not very good. And it's just kind of sad. And it's like, but at the same time, I like that World Class Bolsters was kind of easy on him, and I'm trying to be easy here too. I don't, you know, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I think you are, Kevin, you are one of, you are a filmmaker that I absolutely adore, and you've had a great impact on my life. And if I criticize, I'm not trying to be a troll. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm being critical. I'm saying this because I care. I think you're a voice of a generation, my generation, and you know, I mean, I hope you're doing well. But I mean, in terms of like your entertainment, I hope you'll be less of a shill later on. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want you to get money, but I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you should break a contract with you shouldn't have consign yourself to a contract to any company, and you should go do a stand-up special. You should go do a stand-up special, and you should talk about all the dirt that you've got in terms of any experience you've had, and just be brutally honest. I think you would do a really awesome Eddie Murphy Raw type of, or Chris Rock, you know, Never Scared, just unfiltered, just ripping into your true feelings about things, and I think that would be really awesome. But yeah, it's but whatever. I mean, this is coming from a place of love. That's all I'm saying. I love you, man. I think you're great, and I wish you well. But yeah, I just, you know, I hope we reach a point where I can see Kevin Smith's opinion on YouTube or in a movie, and I can know that that's what Kevin really fucking thinks. That's what he really thinks, and he's not pulling any punches, and he's giving me the straight truth. I can trust his opinion. And there's no bullshit. And he's not okay. You know, if something goes on in Hollywood that he's not okay with, something goes on in a saga that he cares about, he's not okay with. I hope you'll say something. Hope you'll say something. But whatever, man. God bless you. Dread Pirate. Signing off.